In the ever-inspiring words of renowned author Maya Angelou, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. This quote has always stayed with me because I think it captures why storytelling matters so much. For me, writing is more than just putting words on a page. It's about creating new worlds, sharing hidden parts of ourselves, and building bridges to connect with others. For this presentation, I had the pleasure of interviewing someone from my own past, Mr. John Woody, my physical education teacher from kindergarten all the way through to 8th grade. Mr. Woody isn't just a former teacher, he's also a self-published author. In 2013, he wrote and illustrated a children's book dedicated to his son, whose adorable drawings were featured right at the beginning of the book. That book was placed in our elementary school library, and I remember feeling amazed. It was one of the first times I truly understood what it meant to bring your creativity to life through publishing. That's what led me to this project. I wanted to better understand what it takes to self-publish a book, especially when you don't have a big publishing company or marketing team backing you up and everything. More importantly, I wanted to highlight why creative storytelling, especially in children's books, holds so much power. Here's what we'll explore together within the duration of this interview. First, why creativity and emotional connection are so important for writers. Then, the challenges and freedoms that come with self publishing. And finally, the unique way children's books can shape young minds. Let's start with creativity. Because before a book is ever published or even written, there is imagination and a deep, deep connection to storytelling. Mr. Woody was a physical education teacher for about 25 years, but what many people didn't know is that he actually started as creative writing in college, as I am. Though he didn't teach English full time, he often stepped in as a substitute for English classes when it was needed. When he told me about his children's book, I learned it came from an old bedtime story he used to tell his son, and he never gave away the ending. His son had always fallen asleep before the happily ever after, as he explained it. Later, he turned that story into a published book as a surprise for his son's birthday. It was such a beautiful gesture and a blend of creativity and love. He shared that writing the story came naturally because it was rooted in personal experience and sentiment. But what really stuck with me were the things he said about writing for children. He emphasized during our interview that even simple stories need original ideas, whether it's a new character, a unique setting, or a fresh morale. Writers have to use clear, vivid language because kids need to understand without being confused. And most importantly, writers need to know their audience. Writing a story for all children, not just your own, means being mindful of what's age appropriate and truly resonates with young readers. Mr. Woody told me this was about sharing a story with more than just the four walls of my son's room, but sharing it with our youth. Once the story was ready, the real challenge began, getting it published. Mr. Woody made the decision to self-publish his book. While part of that decision came from financial limitations, it also came from a desire to protect his own creative vision. He wanted to make sure his story, this gift for his son, would stay true to what he imagined. The benefits of this, well, he didn't need a publisher's approval. He got to keep creative control, and he could connect directly with his readers, our local libraries, and bookstores. But with every benefits come challenges. Marketing was extremely tough. He had to promote the book himself, which cost both time and money. Distribution was extremely limited compared to traditional publishers, and editing, designing, and printing all had to be done by him or through people he had hired. He told me publishing a book like this was harder than it should have been. It's a lot, but it's worth it. To wrap up our interview, I asked Mr. Woody about the role of children's books, why they matter so much, especially to young readers. As a father, he had a deep belief in how stories shape children. He told me that books influence how kids see the world, how they treat others, and even how they form friendships. He said stories can teach empathy, curiosity, and kindness, all in a way that sticks. This really resonated with me. In fact, research from the National Literacy Trust supports this. According to their study, children who read for fun are more likely to develop strong social skills. Stories help them step into someone else's shoes, even if that someone is a cartoon fox or a talking train. In Mr. Woody's books, the themes of friendship and kindness are front and center. He told me those values are ones he wanted his son and every child who read the book to take with them as they grow. So today I shared a few key lessons from my interview with Mr. John Woody. First, the importance of creativity and emotional connection in writing. Second, what it really takes to self publish a book. And third, how children's stories have the power to shape hearts and minds from an early age. What stuck with me the most during the duration of the interview was Mr. Woody's passion. He didn't wait for a publisher or approval from the outside world. He turned his love for his son and his love for writing and storytelling into something real and something lasting. To close out, I want to return to Maya Angelou's words. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. Mr. Woody didn't let that story go untold, and neither should you. Thank you.